That's it. Okay, good evening everybody. It's Tuesday, 5:45. I hope you're all ready for your class. Hope you had a lovely Easter bank holiday weekend and you're ready to get going. As usual, make sure you've got a clear space, you've got a nice aerated room, got your mat ready. If you have a roller, we're going to be doing a little bit something with the roller today. If you haven't got a roller, don't worry, you can use, you just grab a chair, or if you've got handy like a window ledge, something like that, we can do the exercise using that. So just a couple of things we're going to do today. So if you do have one of these, that's great. It doesn't matter, we can also do the exercise just on the mat. So we're going to do what we call reverse plank. So that's just coming up a little bit in a bit later. Okay, so take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Shoulders down, open up the chest, neutral spine position. Have a little look down at your knees. Make sure your knees are level with second or third toe, and obviously not further forwards than the end of the toe. Neutral spine position, engaging your core, pelvic floor, buttock muscles. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth, draw those abdominals in. Chin retracted, shoulder blades back and down. So looking at sideways on, if you can look at me sideways on, I've got my 3 points of connection in the spine, so the natural curves of the spine. If I lose that, then I'm losing the support of my back. If I lose those 3 points of connection, the strain goes into here and here. So we're trying to redress that. Okay, just a little reminder there. Okay, ready to warm up with our rolling down. Again, please always work at your own level. If the roll down is uncomfortable, just do a half roll down, as always. Okay, pelvic floor, buttock muscles up onto the balls of the feet. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Draw those abdominals in. Hinge the hips back. Don't round the lower back. Relax the upper body, relax the arms, head, neck and shoulders. And you want no tension in the upper body at all. Try and keep the abdominals contracted if you can. Relax the arms, head, neck and shoulders. Push the hips back a little bit more and straighten the legs so you start to get a stretch there. Breathing in, breathing out. So first of all, draw those abdominals in. Think about tummy buttons, sucking it through to the spine. Open up the shoulder blades. Tuck the chin in. Good, and come all the way back up. And again, shoulders down, chin retracted, neutral spine position. Up onto the toes, breathing in, breathing out. And hinge the hips back, tuck the chin in. Relax the upper body forwards. Relax the arms, head, neck and shoulders. And straighten the legs just enough so you get a bit of a stretch. No tension in the upper body, head, neck, shoulders relaxed. And breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Draw those abdominals in. Focus on opening up the spine. Tuck the chin in. Then we're getting a nice stretch in the back of the neck. Good. And then all the way back up. All right, so think about your posture. Well, actually, don't just think about your posture. Do it. So open the chest, shoulder blades back and down, neutral spine position. Again, pushing out a little bit if you've got your bands on. And core muscles engaged, so pelvic floor, breathe in, breathe out, abdominal muscles in, squeeze the buttock muscles and try and keep that core activation going. Chin retracted, so we've got a nice length in the back of the neck. Relax the arms and as usual, just roll those shoulders forwards, up, back and down, really focusing on back and down with the shoulders, so we're lengthening the back of the neck. Breathing in, breathing out. Just releasing that tension, breathing in and out. We're going to do one on its own. Okay, so sometimes we have one shoulder joint maybe a little bit less mobile than the other one, particularly if this is your right-handed or the mouse arm, if we say. So it's sometimes good to do this exercise. And the other side, separately, one and the other. So focusing on that. Loosening up of the shoulder joint and then both together. Okay, so continue that movement, hands on the shoulders, try not to lose your connection, breathing in, breathing out. Now really bring those shoulder blades in. So as we open up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're starting to activate the postural muscles of the back. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and out. All right, and now and the arms. So keep the shoulders relaxed, raise the hands, elbows back level with the ears. Breathe out, draw the abdominals in and stretch those arms up. And then take them behind you, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, and down. And again, breathing in, elbows back, stretching up. This time I want you to hold it there. Take those arms back a little bit more, bend the elbows if you need to, and then reach up from there. Try and add the breathing in, so breathe in, breathe out, abdominals in, and stretch. Then you'll feel that stretch right the way front to back, where you're connecting your core muscles. Stretch, stretch. Okay, now what I want you to do, it requires a bit of coordination this, so you take one arm forwards and one arm back at the same time, and then you continue that circle. Don't worry, I can't see you, so if it's going a bit wrong, don't worry, just get those shoulder joints moving and then circling the other way. So try not to let the body come into this. This is just the shoulder joints opening up there. Great, okay, and relax. And arms behind you, open up the chest. Chin retracted, abdominals in, shrug the shoulders and relax the shoulders down. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, breathing in and out, in and out, and then side to side, lengthening, stretching. Good, and right hand, hold it there, shoulders down. I want you to relax the chin forwards and draw it back and down. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and out. Turn the head to the side, look over the shoulder, breathe in, breathe out, and then roll that head forwards, brushing the chin to the chest, up to the other side, look over the shoulder, and again, relaxing, nice and slowly, letting all the tension go, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, back to the centre, chin retracted, relax the ear to the shoulder, and add your arm in, breathing in, breathing out, stretch across, shoulder down, and the other way, breathing in, breathing out, up and across, shoulder down, as in this shoulder down, lengthening. Good, both hands behind the head, tuck the chin in and bring the head forward, chin to the chest. And slowly coming up. Great, take the legs a little bit wider. So we're going into our side lunges, sinking the hips back as always, and taking the legs wide enough so you feel a stretch in the inner thigh. So breathing in, breathing out, hinge the hips back, make sure you don't push your lower back out here, draw the abdominals in, lengthen that lumbar spine. Breathing in, breathing out, keep the knee no further forward than the end of the foot, shoulder blades back and down, keeping the arms there if you need to keep your posture. So shoulder blades, abdominals, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And then we'll hold it, one side. Take the leg a little bit wider, sink the hips down a bit lower. If you want to, hold it there. And then swap sides, breathing in, breathing out, sink the hip back. A little bit wider if you want to, keeping your posture. Fantastic. Okay, front of your thigh stretch. So holding onto the wall or chair, anything you want to do, hold your foot, ankle, trouser leg, knees level, chin retracted, breathing in, breathing out. So push the hip forward, keep the knees level if you can, or working towards that position anyway. Let's go sideways on that position there. Good, neutral spine position, breathing in, breathing out. Push the hip forward, heel in towards the hip. Good, and if you can balance, it's a good balance, balancing exercise actually. Take the hand off the wall, hold your ear, okay, that might help. Or if you are quite balanced and you can hold the foot with both hands, give that a go as well. Good, so it's just a good exercise for balancing. Okay, just change around the other way, so hold on if you need to. Hold your foot, ankle, trouser, leg. So again, sideways on, that 3 points of connection in the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Tip the pelvis forward, heel in towards the hip. Again, just hold your ear for balance, or hold the foot with both hands and breathe in, breathe out, repeat. That stretch, push the hip forwards a little bit more there. Good, well done, and relax. Okay, so grab your bit of equipment that you want to use for your hip flexor stretch. So we can use the fitness circle. I know 1 or 2 of my clients have got those. We can use our light weights, of course. We can use our exercise band, or you can just use the ball. Okay, I'll demonstrate today with the exercise band. So we want our feet hip distance apart, and we're taking a big or little step forward, depending on how your body feels, how your flexibility is, how it is on your knees. If you have any knee issues, you may just want to take a very, very small step forward like that. Up to you. Okay, so posture, step, stop there and squat down. Check your knee alignment, check the knee isn't further forwards than the end of the foot. Squat down, tip the pelvis under, feel the stretch here, you want to call that hip flexor. Okay, so if you've got the weights, I would have one arm up in the air. If you've got the ball, just holding up there, or fitness circle. And with the band here, bring the arms back, elbows level with the ears, and add a bit more resistance if you want to. So stretch the band apart, breathing in, breathing out, and then tip the pelvis under a little bit more. Lift the chest and stretch over, keeping those arms behind you so you can feel those shoulder blades working there. Oh, now we're going to hold it, and then the arm, this arm that's nearest the floor, but you're just going to bring that down a couple of times, breathing in, breathing out. So again, if you've got the weights, you'd just be using one of the weights, obviously. Good, and back up and across the other way, breathing in, breathing out. Again, move that arm up and down. Back to the center, stretching up, lift the chest up and back a little bit. Draw the abdominals in, tip the pelvis under, add more resistance here if you want to. Good, and relax. Okay, and we're going to do that on the other side. So I'll demonstrate it forwards now this way so you can see it that way. So take the other leg forwards, so just a little squat or a big squat, up to you. Back nice and straight, tip the pelvis under. Just done that leg. I didn't swap legs there, did you notice? Okay, so arms up in the air, elbows level with the ears, breathing in, breathing out. Tip the pelvis under, stretch up from the rib cage, stretch the band apart a little bit more if you want to for more resistance. And take the arms to the side. And I want you to hold it there. Make sure the arms are behind you. And then just bring that arm down once or twice, a little bit more. Breathing in, breathing out to get those back muscles working. Good, up and over the other way. Abdominals in, tip the pelvis under. Add that arm variation in if you want to. And then up, stretch the band apart, stretching up from the rib cage, breathing in. Breathing out, tip the pelvis under, push the hip forwards. Good, and relax, excellent. Okay, so now pop your band down, you can use your weights here if you want to. Arms out in front, so I just want us to concentrate on our shoulder blade retractions. It's quite a difficult thing to do, I'll just come forwards a little bit here. So actually, let's just practice our rib cage movement first, which we can all do. We all know this one. It's very easy to get the rib cage moving side to side, which is good for our mobility. But our rib cage also moves forwards and backwards, so this way. And it's very difficult, well, quite difficult, to get that part of the anatomy moving like that. But of course, because of our postural habits, we are very much like this these days, but we need to be more like that. So this is an exercise that just gets that part of the anatomy moving, and it's very similar to when we're on all fours and we do the cat stretch. It's exactly the same. So we'll practice that again later with the cat stretch. So we're here. I want you to breathe in, breathe out, open the shoulder blades, stretch the arms forward without hunching. So you're opening there, breathe in, breathe out. So lift the chest, try not to move the arms, but squeeze the shoulder blades together and then release it. Open and squeeze. Obviously abdominals in at the same time. And you should feel the muscles working just below the shoulder blades and back muscles working as well if you're drawing those abdominals in. Okay, explain that again. So breathing in, breathing out. Imagine someone was punching you in the stomach. Oh, and you'd go like that. Open up the shoulder blades and then breathing in, breathing out. Lift the chest and squeeze the shoulder blades together. So the shoulders go back, but not the arms. Yeah, so it's opening and retracting. I'll do it this way around. Open and retract. I don't know whether you can see it that way. Open and retract. Good. And then we're just going to open, retract, and then open up that way. Stretch the arms behind you. A little pulsing action. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Draw the abdominals in. Keep the chin retracted. Good. Okay. And relax. All right. So just stretch that forwards now and hold the stretch. Breathing in, breathing out, and reach that arm forward. Turn the palm that way as well for a nice stretch in the wrist. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretch the other one. Turn the palm that way. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Turn the hand that way. Breathing in, breathing out. Stretch. Okay, interlace the fingers if you can. Turn the hands inside out. So that's a nice stretch with the wrists as well. Reaching up, stretching up, and then over to the side. Make sure you're not pulling from your lower back. If it's uncomfortable in your low back, bend your knees a bit more, take the legs a little bit wider, but make sure the stretch comes from here, from the rib cage, stretching up and across. Good, breathing in, breathing out, up and over. Good, up and over, stretching up and over, breathing in and out. Excellent. So we're just going to do a back of the arm stretch. So hand down your back, other hand just on top of the elbow, breathing in, breathing out, and stretch the arm back. Good, and then the other one, stretch the arm back. Great, and relax. Okay, so we're going into our squatting section now. So grab your exercise band or the weights, up to you. If you hold the weights, you can keep the weights in each hand. If you use the band, we're going to have to do one side at a time. Okay, so place your foot on the band like this, and you wind the band up as much as you want to. So you work as hard or little as you want, and in fact you can do it without the band. You don't have to do it with the band at all. So in fact what I'll do, first of all, I'll show you without the band. So we're going into our squat as usual. Okay, squatting position, hinge the hips back, shoulder blades back and down, chin retracted. Squeeze the bicep muscles, heels into the floor as you come back up. Okay, breathing in, breathing out, and coming back up. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. Okay, then in the second one, so we're going to do one like this, and then we're going to do one like that. Okay, with the arms. Obviously you've got the band in one hand, or if you've got the weights, you've got the weights in both hands. There, I'll just show you with the band now. So we're like this, band under one foot, squatting down, and then we're going to take the arms out to the side for the second squat. Okay, so down and then squatting out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and out. Okay, so do as many as you want to on that side, and then we're going to swap. Of course, if you've got the weights, you can just continue. Wind the band up as much as you want to. Hinge the hips back, squatting. Squeeze the buttock muscles as you come back up, and then we're going out to the side and up. Okay, breathing in, breathing out, squatting. Squeeze the buttock muscles, heels into the mat, down. And remember, when you're doing this one, okay, try not to be in this position. We want shoulder blades back and down, arms stay behind you. Breathing in, breathing out, abdominals in, buttock muscles, push the heels into the mat. So you're working the back muscles here. Okay, so we're going down, squeeze, down, squeeze. One more, down, and squeeze. Okay, and this time we're going to hold it. Pop your band down a little bit. So we're just going to go down into this position, keeping those shoulder blades engaged, and just a little. You turn the feet out slightly, like that. So we're going to really push the heels into the mat, squeeze the buttock muscles, breathing in, breathing out. Push the inner thighs inside, scooping inside and out as well. Knees out, so we're just really activating those buttock muscles a little bit more. Okay, fantastic. Right, so come back onto your mats. We're going to finish up with our deep stretch for our upper body. Okay, so arms out, right over left. Lock the elbows like this if you can. Push the elbows out. We have done the easier version. If you find this really uncomfortable, you just can't do that. Just take your arm across and stretch your arm across the body with the other arm. Turn the head in the other direction. So it's the same stretch, just not quite so intense. Turn the head the other way. And then go the other way, side to side. Good, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, push the elbows out and extend the forearms further forward. Open the shoulder blades. Great, okay, change around, left over right. Again, push the elbows out, breathing in, breathing out. Turn the head in the other direction. Try and keep the hips, feet and knees facing the front. Stretch, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Turn the head in the other direction, back to the center, elbows away, and extend the forearms further forward. Great, all right, open up the chest, clasp the hands together if you can, stretch the arms down behind you and then opening up behind you. Breathing in, breathing out, stretching, feel the stretch in the chest and the shoulders. Great, okay, so we're going to get ready to go down onto our mats. So take your shoes off if you want to. Of course you can keep them on if you want. Shoes and socks off, whatever's comfortable. Again, have your grips ready. If you like to use your grips. As I said, we're doing something slightly different today. We're going to do our reverse plank, or we can use the grips for that, or as I said, we can use our roller, or just anything, a chair, a tabletop, anything you want to. Okay, so as we were in the beginning, up onto the toes, breathing in, breathing out, abdominals in, hinge the hips back, tuck the chin in, open the shoulder blades, rolling down one vertebra at a time. All right, so this time we're going to go for our deeper stretches. So either, if you can get the hands on the floor already, hold them there, otherwise just hold somewhere on the legs there. Hinge the hips back, bend your knees, breathing in, breathing out, abdominals in, straighten the legs, hinge the hips back, feel that stretch there, bend and straighten and alternate, bend one, straighten the other, That's it. And then we're going to do our deeper stretches today for the thighs. So we turn the feet inwards, like that, bend and straighten. Breathing in, bend, breathing out, straighten, and then alternate. Again, each time hinging the hips back, but you'll just feel a deeper stretch in the muscles back of the legs with the change in position. Bend and straighten. Great, and then turn the feet the other way and turn the feet outwards. Bend the knees again, make sure you haven't turned the feet out so wide that you're not able to keep the correct knee alignment with the knee over the second or third toe. So bend and straighten, hinge the hips back, bend, breathing in, breathing out, straighten. Okay, and then alternate. Bend one, straighten the other. Hinge the hip back, feel that deeper stretch. Great, all right, and bring the feet back to the front. Take the left leg out in front of you, or either leg, it doesn't really matter which one. Sink the hips back, shoulder blades back and down. Hold the end of the toes, stretch the toes back, and turn the foot inwards and outwards. Great, and then the other foot. Stretch the toes back. Good, turn the foot inwards and outwards. Brilliant. Okay, so you're going to walk the hands forward onto the mat, and we're going into our normal downward dog stretch, focusing on stretching out the spine. Working at your own level, of course. You can always do your downward dog stretch on your knees. So remember, we'll work at our own level. So use the grips if you need to here. Just takes the strain off the wrists. Okay, and then we're going to stretch back, hips up in the air, stretch the arms, and really focus on drawing the shoulder blades back and down. So think about the exercise we did just now, retracting the shoulder blades. So retract the shoulder blades and then stretch, and you'll get a deeper stretch there in the back. That's a bit slippy here. Okay, come up onto the toes and stretch back again. So it's quite a good stretch for the feet and ankles. It's part of our anatomy, we don't really exercise very much. Feet and toes. Come up onto the toes, stretch back, so you're working your feet, your calves, your ankles, followed by your back stretch, and then alternate one and then the other. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, so from there, come forwards into your plank position. Remember, this is plank, not lower, and stretch back again. Use the grips if you need to. Forwards and back, focusing on stretching out the spine, hips up in the air and straightening the legs, and then coming forwards. Chin retracted, shoulder blades back and down. Don't drop the hips, forwards and back. And then if that's too much, remember, just bring the knees onto the mat. Everyone else continue while I'm demonstrating the easier version. Just coming forwards and coming back into your stretch like that. So just gradually bringing your weight forwards. That's it. Until you can do the other one. Okay, so as promised, we're going to turn around the other way and do our reverse plank today. Okay, so I'm going to show you first. You can do it like this with the grips. If you have got the grips, make sure they're not half on and half off the mat. Okay, so we can do it like this with the grips. So it's reverse plank. It's plank but the other way round. So breathing in, breathing out. So you push yourself up with the grips into this position. Okay, it's quite tough. Then breathe in, breathe out. Then the idea is to straighten the leg without the hip dropping. Breathing in, breathing out. Obviously, if it's too much, you can keep the hips down a little bit lower. Okay, but ideally, we want the knees level with the hips. Breathing in, breathing out, and extending. And extending. Extend. Okay. Now I quite like to do this on the roller. It's a little bit more challenging, but it's quite nice. If you do happen to have a roller, grab your roller. Okay, it's the same thing. Make sure it's stable. It's not going to roll away from you. breathing in, breathing out, and extend. I find it a little bit easier on the wrists as well. Breathing in, breathing out. So whatever one you're doing, if you want to work harder, okay, we can extend the legs fully. We can just take the one leg up and down from there. So quite a few different variations. All right, if you find that too much, you can just hold the back of a chair, or you might have, can you see this on the video? You might have a sort of mantelpiece here, window shelf, and you could do it from here, exactly the same. So no excuse, you don't need much room. Breathing in, breathing out, extending, extending. Oh, it could be something like this, something a bit lower. Make sure that's steady. Don't want to ruin my telly. That's it, breathing in, breathing out. So anything you've got handy, you can use for this. Breathing in, breathing out. The harder version, we've got our legs straight. And if you're using the activation band, of course, you're working doubly hard. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, and relax. How are we doing with that? Yeah, do you like that one? Give me a thumbs up if you like it. And of course, while we're in this position, we might as well do my favourite exercise, is tricep dips. Again, you can use a chair, tabletop, window ledge. You can use your grips, or you can actually just do it on the mat. So it's the back of the arms one. I like to do it on the roller, and it's a bit more challenging. So coming up to this position, bend and straighten, breathing in, breathing out. And of course, if you want to, we can do it with the legs straight. So just to show you, it can be done. Even I can do it. And then you really will feel you've targeted the back of the arms there. Okay, well done. So you can put your roller away if you've got that out for that exercise. And then we'll just repeat what we did just now, that stretch for the back of the arm. It's very important to stretch that out. Slide the hand down the back. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel that stretch in the back of the arm. Good, and the other side. Breathing in, breathing out, stretching. Great, okay. So grab your ball, if you like the ball at the back of the head, and we're going to roll back down and just have just a little deep breath in and out, relaxing the head, neck and shoulders. How are we doing for time? We're okay, okay. Relax the neck and shoulders. Relax the head side to side. Breathing in and out. Great, okay, so we're going to do our shoulder bridge exercise today. So again, it's for flexibility of the spine, also for strengthening the buttock muscles, back of the thighs. If you've got the activation band, you may want to bring it a bit lower or higher. Obviously for this one, bringing the band a bit lower works and activates the core and the buttock muscles a little bit more. But the object really is to try and get that mobility in your lower back, or through the whole of the spine actually. So nice and slowly with this one. So hands down by your side. Again, if you haven't got an activation band, grab a cushion. I'm sure you've got a cushion lying around, or you may have one of these balls. So as we do it, we can also squeeze the knees that way to activate a little bit more. Okay, so choose whichever one you want. Hands back down by your side. Make sure your chin is level, tucked in even a little bit more, so we're lengthening the back of the neck. No arching the chin like that. All right, breathe in, breathe out, abdominals in. Now think pelvic floor, buttock muscles, squeeze the knees together if you've got the ball or a cushion, and you can try and curl the spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. And come up as high as you need to feel the stretch here. You don't want to overarch the back here. Just push the thighs up here until you feel a stretch there. Okay, and then take the arms up, all the way back to the floor. Hold them there on the floor and stretch from the shoulder blades. Tuck the chin in, breathe out. Give the ball a squeeze again, and then think of the spine in between the shoulder blades, that spine rolling back down into the mat without the arms coming off. You may have to bend the elbows a little bit. Try not to let the arms come off, and just try and get that lower back into the floor. If you haven't done this before, you haven't done this for a while, you'll probably find that lower back just sort of plonks flat. That's quite normal, but obviously this is why we're doing it. All right, breathing in, breathe out, abdominals in, squeeze the ball or cushion, curling up. If you haven't got one, you might want to actually push the band, lower the band a bit and push it out that way. I guess there are lots of different variations there. Okay, starting to curl the hips up, squeeze the buttock muscles, abdominals in, push the hips up until you feel a stretch here. Now if you want to work, if you're not feeling you're working hard enough, that will surprise me, but if you don't feel you're working hard enough, if you bring your feet a little bit further in that way, you're going to get more contraction there. So it's up to you if you want to add that in. Okay, add the arms in and slowly breathe in, breathe out, rolling that spine back down. Good, and back. One more time, breathing in, breathing out, curling up. One vertebra at a time. Nice and slowly, stretch the arms up, tuck the chin in, and then roll that spine back down. One vertebra at a time. Okay, bring the arms down by your side. So we're going to curl up again, and we're going to get the pelvis moving a little bit. So breathe in, breathe out. Buttock muscles, abdominals, curl the hips up, again, until you feel that stretch in the front of the thigh. Okay, so normally what we would do, like we drop both hips down, push up, and then squeeze the knees together. So if we just try that first of all, dropping the hips and squeezing. So we're going to get a lot more core activation going on there. Breathing in, breathing out, squeeze. But what we're going to do, we're going to do one side separately from the other, because you may have one side of your hip, your pelvis, buttock muscle, lower back stronger than the other side. So it's quite nice to do this separately. So if you take this side first and drop one hip down, squeeze the buttock muscle of that side and then bring it up. And then the other one, lower the other one down, breathing in, breathing out, squeeze the buttock muscle and then bring it up. So we're working one side separately from the other. Down and squeeze, down and squeeze. Can you feel that? So one side, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. All right, and then both together, down and squeeze, squeeze the knees, and then we'll just do like a little double time, squeezing. Okay, and then arms back and slowly roll the spine back down. Great. All right, bring the knees into the chest. So you should feel quite tight there in the back of the legs. So I want you to bring the knees into the chest. Take the hands now in between the legs. Grab your ankles and draw the feet in towards you, turning those knees out to the side. So you're getting a nice stretch there in the hips. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. Okay, so we're now going into our opposite arm and opposite leg, which it's sometimes called swimming. Again, the important thing is your neutral spine position. Ball or cushion at the back of the head if you want to. Quite nice to use the light weights here if you want a little bit more activation going on in the arms and shoulders. Just gives you a little bit of an extra intensity if you like. So up to you, just giving you that option there to add it in for a change. All right, so neutral spine position, breathing in, breathing out, close that ribcage, draw the abdominals in, opposite arm and opposite leg, and then really stretch and lengthen. Point the toe, flex the foot, so you're really lengthening through the body. Now when you're in this position, I just want you to hold it and just check your fingers get stuck. If your fingers get all the way under, you're too arched. Okay, breathing in, breathing out. Again, stop there. Just check your neutral spine position. Excellent. Breathing in, breathing out. So nice and slowly, abdominals in, chin tucked in, so we're lengthening the back of the neck. That's it. And then we're going to vary the arms. So instead of taking one arm back, we're going to open one arm out to the side, and then the other leg goes forward. So stretch that arm, other leg. Again, make sure that back isn't arching. Close the rib cage, draw the abdominals in and back. Breathing in, breathing out. Other arm out, point the toe, flex the foot. Breathing in, breathing out. So if you have got the activation band, make sure it's not bringing the other leg inwards when you're doing this. You've got to work out against it as well. Breathing in, breathing out to the side. And now both arms back if you want to press the shoulder blades into the mat, tuck the chin in, breathe out, draw the abdominals in and stretch. Stretch from the shoulder blades, chin tucked in, point the toe, flex the foot, press your back towards the mat and back. Breathing in, breathing out, lengthen, stretch. Breathing in, and then really think of stretching, lengthening through the spine and the upper body. And then we're going to open both arms out to the side, one leg forward. Same thing, really stretch those arms. Breathing in, breathing out. So I know a couple of my clients who normally come to this class will be using their roller for this one, which is just quite a nice one to do on your roller. Obviously that way, lining it that way, it's great for your spine. Okay, so vary those arms, both arms back, and then just come up into your various tabletop positions that you're used to doing. One leg up, both legs up, and extending one arm, both arms. Concentrating on closing the rib cage, breathing in, breathing out, extending, abdominals in, pressing that back towards the mat. With or without the arms, you can always give the arms a rest. Concentrate on your lower body, breathing in, breathing out. If your back is tiring and you feel the back arching, then you can just go back down to a lower level. Breathing in, breathing out, just make sure you're engaging the core, drawing the abdominals in. That's it. And again, then work at your own level. Breathing in, breathing out. And we can just speed that up a little bit if you want to. In fact, we'll do like like a cycling legs. So keep the hands on the floor beside you, or you can curl up if you want to. But just do like actual cycling. I know we usually do this one, but just for a change, we're going to do a cycling action. That's it. So quite good if you've got the activation band on as well. And lower it a little bit. Be very careful with the lower back here. Don't take the legs too low. Keeping those abdominals in, and then we're actually cycling action. So it works the legs a little bit more as well, I think, than just from doing that one. And if it gets too much, keep the cycling action, but bring it up a little bit higher. Great, okay, and relax. Bring the knees into the chest. Circle the hips round. One way and the other way. And then we're just going to add in just a little something else there. So I want you to take the legs up in the air, hands down by your side. Okay, and we're just going to do a crisscross with the legs like this. Draw the abdominals in. Crisscross is particularly challenging if you've got the activation band. Abdominals in. Curl up if you want to, of course. If I've got any more advanced students watching, you can do this with an abdominal curl. And then we can take the legs a little bit wider, crossing over, abdominals in, a little bit wider or smaller. Okay, good, and relax, knees into the chest. Nice deep breath in and out, knees into the chest, and circle the hips round, one way and the other way. That's it. Okay, arms out to the side. And then we're just going to go into our spine stretch. So breathe in, breathe out. Roll the hips one way, take the head the other way. So your hip comes off the mat, but don't arch the back. Still keeping your neutral spine position, and try and make sure the opposite shoulder blade doesn't come off the mat. If it does, if you're doing this and you find this happens, you've gone over too far. So make sure you're working there within your own level. Side to side. Just move over a little bit here. That's it, breathing in, breathing out, rolling. Turn the head in the other direction. Breathing in, breathing out, and the other way. If you find this too challenging, okay, you can just do this with the feet on the mat. So I'll just show you that version. Breathing in, breathing out, abdominals in, head and arms one way, and back, and the other way. Nice and relaxed, breathing in, breathing out. Good, all right, and relax. Feet back onto the mat, again, hands stand by your side. Relax the arms, relax the shoulders. If you have a ball or cushion, place that at the back of the head and just roll that head side to side. Nice and relaxed. And up and down. Lengthening the back of the neck. Great, all right, so we're going into our low back stretch. Stretch both legs out, raise the hands and the arms follow all the way back, stretching up from the shoulder blades, no hunching, so neck nice and long. Point the toes, flex the feet so you're lengthening through the whole of the body. The low back will arch a little bit in this position, don't worry about that. And then bring the left knee in towards the chest. Press your lower back into the mat. Curl up if you want to, point the toes, flex the feet. Great, and relax, stretch, point the toes, flex the feet, bring the other leg in, press your back into the mat. I'm going to hold it for about 10 seconds, or even longer if your low back is feeling really tight. Good, so one more each side, stretching, curling up. Good, you don't have to add the curl in if you don't want to. You can just keep into this position, just as long as you press that lower back into the mat. Good, last one, breathing in, breathing out. Okay, fantastic. All right, if you've still got the activation band on, take that off. And then we're going to go into our final stretches and relaxation. So you can use this band if you want to, or you can use our stretchy band, or even the fitness circle, whatever you've got handy, whatever works for you. Okay, so if you're using the band, again, you can tighten it, stretch it a little bit more as you become more flexible. So stretch the leg up in the air, wrap the band around sort of the middle to the end of the foot. Other leg out along the mat, again, as long as you can keep that neutral spine position, and then use the band to straighten the leg a little bit more, draw that leg back a bit further, point the toes, flex the feet, breathing in as you point, breathing out as you flex, and then stretch that leg back a little bit further. Holding it there, try and hold the foot in that flexed position, and then turn the whole leg inwards and outwards. Okay, then you'll find you get a deeper stretch in the back of the leg and the buttock muscle by changing the position of the leg. All right, holding the band in one hand, take the leg across, hip comes off the mat, just take the leg across as far as it's comfortable. Okay, and then just move that leg forwards and backwards. Great, and relax. All right, swap hands. And take the leg out the other way. This time, keep the pelvis level. And then, so you get the inner thigh stretching, turn the leg outward slightly as you're doing this. So we get that stretch there in the inner thigh and move that leg forwards and backwards. Great, all right, bring the leg back and swap legs. So wrap the band around your right foot. Good. And other leg out along on the floor. I think it's right. I've got my right leg, but it might look like it's my left leg. I think on the camera. That's all going to change next week. Actually, you'll see why. Anyway, watch this space. All right. Point the toes, flex the feet. So use that band. Flex the feet back a little bit more. Straighten the leg a little bit more. Draw it back a little bit more without the hip coming off the mat. Don't try to think, oh, I can get that leg really a long way back if I let my hips come off. That's not the idea. We're trying to keep the hips level, neutral spine position, and the stretches in the back of the leg and the butt muscle, the calf as well, foot and ankle. Point the toe, flex the foot, and then turn that leg inwards and outwards to get that deeper stretch in the back of the leg. All right, take the right, whichever leg you've got up in the air, over to the other side. Again, move that leg forwards and backwards. Mind you don't hit any furniture. Great, and back. And then swap sides, swap hands, take the leg out to the side, turn the leg out slightly, so we're getting that inner thigh. Move that leg forwards and backwards. Great, and relax. Okay, and just finish off with our hip stretch. So keep the pelvis level, neutral spine position. Place one of your feet on the opposite knee. Turn the thigh out until you feel a stretch in the hip joint of that side without the other hip coming off or tilting. So always place your hands there on your pelvic bones. Make sure they're not tilting there. Breathing in, breathing out, and then just stretch the thigh out until you get a stretch in the hip joint. Brilliant. Okay, and the other side. Turn the leg out until you feel a stretch in the hip. Breathing in, breathing out, stretching. Good, and relax. Okay. So we're going into our final relaxation. So you can stay on your back like this. You can roll over into your child's pose position. Up to you. So just make sure you're in a position that you feel comfortable and you can relax all the muscles. If you're staying on your back, you can stay like this. You can have your legs straight, bent, knees apart. You can mix it up. Just make sure that it's comfortable. You can relax all the muscles, particularly relax the arms. Again, you can have them by your side. Cross your chest, cross your tummy. Just make sure it's relaxing for you. Okay, we're going to start off relaxing the neck. You can just roll the head side to side if you find it comfortable. And get up and down, let all that tension go in the neck. And we can do little circles, particularly if you've got the ball, it's quite nice to do some little circles there with the head. Okay, so relaxing the neck, relax the shoulders, relax the arms. So what you can do with the arms is first of all actually tense the arms. So tense them and then relax, and the hands tense and then relax. Relax the arms, relax your back and relax your legs, either bent or straight. If you're straightening the legs, you can do the same thing. So tense, point the toes, tense, flex the feet, tense the legs, and then relax. Just let all the muscles relax and sink into the mat. No tension anywhere in the body. And then we're going to add in our Pilates breathing. So breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Okay, so you're making these breaths a little bit deeper, a little bit longer for your relaxation. You can always put on some nice music at home, and when you're doing this just for relaxation purposes. So breathing in through the nose, long slow breath out through the mouth. And I want you to feel the rise and fall of the rib cage at the same time. So breathing in through the nose, rib cage expanding sideways, and then breathing out through the mouth, rib cage closing. So try and repeat that pattern in your own time. I mean, a good way of doing this breathing is called box breathing. So it's like if you think 4, 4, 4 and 4 in a square or box. So you breathe in for 4 counts. Remember, breathing in through the nose, rib cage expanding. Hold it for 4 counts. And then breathe out through the mouth, holding it for 4 counts, but in the shape of a box. So breathing in, hold it, breathing out, hold it. Okay, so give that a go as you're doing your relaxation. In through the nose, out through the mouth, rise and fall of the rib cage. And no tension in the body anywhere. Everything relaxed, sinking into the mat. Focusing on your breathing, the rise and fall of the rib cage. Again, knees bent, legs straight, whatever position is comfortable for you. Great, all right, we're going to slowly come back up. So if you've straightened your legs, bend your knees, and remember, roll over really slowly. Put your hands onto the mat or the floor just to support you when you come back up and into our on all fours position. So we're going to do our cat stretch. So if you remembered earlier, when we did our shoulder blade retraction, I said it was the same as when we're doing our cat stretch on the mat. So that's what we're going to do. So imagine you're actually doing the same stretch here. So you're stretching the arms forward, rounding the shoulder blades, draw the abdominals in, and breathing in. Lift the chest, breathe out, abdominals in, and shoulder blades back and down. Can you see that's that same action? Getting more mobility in the upper back, stabilising the shoulder blades, and working those muscles there. Okay, then we'll slowly come back up. So downward dog stretch. Stretch the arms back, hips up in the air, heels down towards the mat, abdominals in, and then just bend and straighten, alternate knees, breathing in, breathing out, straighten that leg a little bit more, stretch out the spine. All right, keep the knees slightly bent, abdominals in, walk the hands back up towards the feet, and breathe in, breathe out, slowly come back up. Opening up the spine. Great, all the way back up to the start position. Okay, so posture, open the shoulders, arms slightly behind your neutral spine position, chin retracted, relax the arms. Okay, just loosen those shoulders again, breathing in, breathing out, and then take the arms slightly behind you, stretching up, reaching up from the shoulder blades, take the hands behind the head, chin back, breathe in, breathe out, keep the knees slightly bent, tuck the chin in, head forwards, and feel that stretch in the upper back, the back of the neck. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly come back up. All the way back up to the top. Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. As always, any questions, do ask, leave me a message. I can always have a quick chit chat on the phone at some point. Okay, see you soon. Bye.